I went and did it. I blew up my budget. I took my own advice. Oh my gosh. I went and bought a GT4. I can't believe it either. What am I doing?
Great cars, great roads, and all the reasons we love to drive.
Road trips, comparisons, test drives, and podcasts. This is Everyday Driver.
I wanted a GT4. I've been wanting a GT4 for so long. It just felt like the right car. I've just known that I need a GT4 in my life. Oh my gosh, this is such a different car. It's so different than my GTS. If you have been following my series, Living with the GTS, you have known that I've been waffling for a long time. I have tried to justify keeping it, and look, I love that car. I got it in 2016, and I have loved it. It's a spectacular car. This is entirely different. You know, every other car in my life has taken me about a year for it to feel like mine. And this one took a few minutes. That's how much I wanted this car. Of course, I went shopping on Autotempest.com. Autotempest.com/everyday, and I punched in the search that I wanted, and I saved it. This was a safe search, so I could always keep coming back to it. I could always reference it. By the way, you wouldn't believe how many GT4s are spec'd without the bucket seats. I don't think Porsche should even sell this car or anything like it without bucket seats. If you buy the car with the plush spongy seats, like the 18-way power seats, what are you doing? That's not the model that Porsche builds for you. They have other models that are more suited to commuting. If you buy this car and you don't take it on track, you've done it wrong. And speaking of track, because Hooked on Driving has come into our lives for Todd and I realized that we're going to be spending a lot more time on track, and I wanted something more track focused. I wanted something that was really built for track use. I've also spent time with the PDK, and as good as it is, as superb as the PDK is, and you know what? It's so much better suited for track use than the manual transmission. I still knew I wanted a manual transmission. I had to have a manual back in my life. So that was my spec, my search. 718 GT4, bucket seats, manual transmission, fire extinguisher. Of course, I wanted a blue car, so I found this one. It's a 2020. I am the third owner. 2 owners in Florida. I think it was lightly tracked, but even so, I mean, it's kind of what it's built to do, right? And I think that's probably why the second owner got rid of it, because where can you go to enjoy this car in Florida? There's no canyons, there's no roads. You do have to take it to a track, and there's good ones there. Hooked on Driving does have a great mid-Atlantic region, by the way, so check out hookedondriving.com. Gentian blue, I had to put the gold wheels and the Vredestein tires back on, so I've got the Vredestein Ultrac Pros back on, and I think it just really sets off the car. I really like this blue even better. And also, I didn't notice in the dealer photos, but the wing is 3 inches taller than stock height. This has RSNV wing risers, and you know what? I think it sets it off just right. I think it looks really nice. The wing is taller, so on one hand, it perfectly blocks headlights at night. On the other hand, it perfectly blocks any law enforcement lights that might be behind me, so I've got to be real careful, hence the radar detector. But the other point is, when you want to do all that stuff, take it to a track. The capabilities of this car are so much more, and this is at a low level compared to so many powerful cars out there. At first, I've been struggling if I've done the right thing. It's a lot of money. I've wondered, did I put my money in the right place? Was I stupid? I mean, that's the question that we all struggle with. If I buy the more expensive car, am I being stupid? I just knew I had to have one. And you know, there are situations where you want one and you still can't get it, so I've really stretched. It's an expensive car, and even used, it's the most expensive car I've ever bought. Problem is, this is now in a new category of car for me. The Cayman GTS is a flashy car. It's not as flashy and exotic looking as most. But with the wing, I'm amazed at how many people look at this. And I think this isn't even one of those cars that, cost $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, the crazy stuff. And yet it turns heads because I still think it's right on the cusp of accessibility and aspirational. It just feels so right. It's such a different car. Let me nerd out just a little bit and tell you how different. The engine code is the 9A2 Evo engine, which is itself derived from the 992.1 Carrera and Carrera S 3.0 engines, which that engine is also based in the 991.2 Carrera S 3.0 turbo engine. Porsche took the turbos off. They bored and stroked it to 4 liters. It's now making 414 horsepower, 309 pound-feet of torque. And it revs to 8,000 RPM. That is the new red line because the heads are different, crank is different, a lot of the internals are different. Also, the front axle is the GT3 axle from the 991.2 generation. It also has the GT3 front brakes. It also has components of the GT3 rear suspension and the GT3 steering rack. Oh yeah, and it's got the GT3 6-speed manual. This makes the car a parts car. Todd and I have discussed parts cars for a long time on the podcast. The BMW 1M is a perfect example of the snorty parts cars. Todd loves to say the engineering boffins built the car in a shed with a whole bunch of parts. And those are the cars that it turns out we really love. The things that were kind of cobbled together to make this new snorty thing. Now, you might ask why Porsche did not just stick the GT3 engine in this car, and that is because the exterior oil tank, which is part of the dry sump system, when you turn the engine 180 degrees, wouldn't fit. So, the new gearbox, different engine that they knew would fit, and they made most of the internals non-turbo to be able to take an 8,000 RPM redline, and it's robust. And I think that's why I love it so much. It sounds more mechanical than I remember. I'm hearing more of the internals of the motor. Of course, it's right here. I'm hearing that more deeply than I ever heard on any other Cayman. I mean, the GT4 RS is way up there too, but still, this is so mechanical right here. Now, regarding the exhaust, it does not sound as good as the GTS. Nothing will ever sound as good as the 3.4 flat 6 GTS. It's superb. So I'm giving that up to go to the 4 liter, but I get all these other GT3 parts. I also knew that I wanted a 2020 because there was a recall on the 2021s due to some cars having faulty metallurgy in the connecting rods. There was a small recall, depending on the forum that you go to. It was either 190 cars or 74 cars worldwide. Those were fixed. I've never heard of another problem, but I knew 2020, it also kept the price down. It uses all the cool GT3 stuff, the GT3 I can't afford, on this car, and it feels so mechanical, so precise, so race-derived. It pushes back on you, and it is not designed for comfort. It's designed for purpose. And it's a pretty hardcore car. One of the 2 prior owners did full PPF on the exterior. Yeah, there's a few small dings and stuff I don't like, but it's not a new car. So just that alone, probably $6,000 to $8,000. And everything else is perfectly stock. I've looked at the brakes, I've looked at the suspension, everything is fine. And you know what? I'm even doing this review before doing all of the fluids. Whenever I get a new car, I just like to reset the bar, do all the fluids so I know. That starts the maintenance clock. But who knows what Porsche is going to do with the Cayman platform in the future. I've seen the spy photos for the Cayman EV. I think the wheelbase is too long. I feel like this particular generation of Cayman in the GT4 configuration, it's not RS because it has the manual. I think this is one of the last, the rare thing, the last of the breed, the last of the last. And so I feel for that reason, this could stick around forever. It feels like it wants to do so much more than sit here at 76 miles an hour on the freeway. By the way, 76 76 miles an hour in 6th gear at 3,000 RPM, and it goes to 8. So 19,400 miles is when I got it. I need to do all the fluids, a little bit of maintenance, and then drive it. It's so much fun to be here. It's so delightful. I didn't buy it for looks. I didn't buy it for attention. I bought it because of the feeling that I get when I'm driving it. I liked the carbon spec, the door pulls. It's that carbon look kind of trim. I'm kind of bummed. I do have to give up my painted vent slats that were on the Cayman GTS. Those are nowhere to be found here. They're just plastic. It's all right. Trade-offs, right? I get a giant wing instead. You knew this car had rev match, right? It's pretty cool, actually. I want to try it on track. I mean, it's one of those kind of little safety features that will prevent you from locking the rear axle coming hard into a corner. But you know what? Even on streets, just city driving, it's actually just kind of nice to use. I can't believe this thing. It is superb. I love the GTS, and I've moved on because we always say you don't have to dislike a car to get rid of it. So I got rid of a car I love, and I got one that I love even more. GT4, can you believe it? Can you believe it? GT4. When I fall asleep at night, I count GT4s. I don't know what you count, but it's GT4s for me. I'm such a nerd. I can't believe I blew out my budget to get this car. And you know what? When I'm driving the car, I forget about the money. I forget about how much I spent on this car. And I guess that's the whole point. When you drive your car and it makes you so happy, all is justified. I don't ever want to own a car and think, while I'm driving, oh, I don't know. Don't look at my car, don't touch my car, just don't get a bug or a scratch on it, don't do anything to it, because, I don't know. If it makes you happy, I say push. So I've taken my own medicine. I'm eating crow, humble pie, whatever you call it. I blew up my budget to get a GT4. I'm so thrilled with this thing.